All right, so I am so excited that our first speaker this morning is Jason Cox, Director of Platforms and SRE at the Walt Disney Company. So I met Jason over a decade ago, and I remember so vividly when I finally got a chance to follow him around for an entire day. So it's 2014. We're at the Starbucks on the Disney Glendale campus, and he's walking me through the calendar, his diary, his agenda, describing what his day was going to be like. And so as he's doing this, a woman across the room sees him, runs over to him and says, thank you, Jason, so much for saving our team 2 weeks ago. And he later tells me that she was the CTO of one of their business units. And so that day, I got to see so many amazing things. But one of the most remarkable things was that I got to see that little scene played out again and again. In fact, I think I got to see him thanked more times in that one day than most ops practitioners get thanked during their whole careers. So over the years, Jason's presentations have inspired so many ops leaders to rethink how they are organized, including Fernando Cornago, who now VP of Digital at Adidas, who will be talking next. I'm sorry, Adidas. So Jason spoke at the very first DevOps Enterprise Summit in 2014, and it was so memorable for so many reasons. One of the reasons that he played previews of the then upcoming Star Wars movies, and another was that his presentation wasn't allowed to be recorded or live streamed for, enterprise reasons, which I'm sure you're familiar with. But I'm so delighted that thanks to Jason, Disney has now allows their world-class technologists to share their stories, reinforcing the amazing brand of engineering excellence that enables the magic that Disney is so famous for. So here to share where Jason's journey has taken him is Jason.
All right. Good to see you all. Boy, it's good to be back in Europe, in person. How wonderful it is to be here. One of the things I love about working for Disney is all of you. And this is what I mean. Yeah, I like that. Wherever I go, as soon as somebody finds out I work for Disney, they smile. This happens over and over again. They begin to tell me about their experience with Disney. Our content, right? The thing that inspired them, that opportunity they had to take their family, their friends, their loved ones to go see Disney World. Disneyland Paris, wherever. And I love that. And I love to be part of a company that's all about that. Our mission is, in fact, to inspire, to educate, to entertain the world, our human family, through great storytelling. In fact, our founder, Walt Disney, that was his dream. He absolutely dreamed of that. He wanted to create delight, create happiness across the globe. And I get to see that in the faces, all of you, many times. I love that. Well, we have just reached our 100th year. And we're celebrating 100 years of doing just that. And we put together a video that talks about that. So watch this.
Open your eyes.
Think of the one place you've always wanted to see.
Where our magic comes from?
They say if you dream a thing more than once,
Please, please, please.
it's sure to come true.
Everything you see exists together in the great circle of life.
There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun.
I told you she was tricky.
Life is full of possibilities. What do you want to be remembered for?
The world is in our hands, and we gotta do something with it.
I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and all of you. The young and the young at heart. You helped make this dream come true.
Thank you. What do you think, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I have to admit, I do get emotional sometimes watching that. This is what we do as a company. And so I want to talk to you about how my team, our SRE team, is helping deliver that magic to help those dreams, in fact, come true. And I'm going to talk to you about 3 different lessons that I have learned as part of that journey at Disney. First of all, where do I sit? It's like this is kind of the weird org chart, you could start every meeting with. That's always helpful, right? Yeah. But anyway, this gives you an idea of like what we support across Disney. So we have there that amazing storytelling powerhouse of the company there on the left, our Disney entertainment teams that are really creating that content. And then we have ESPN, our sports division of the company, delivering those experiences out and that content out to our viewers. And then where we turn all that storytelling into concrete, places you can go, destinations you can see there on the right through our parks and our experience and our products. And here's my group, this big green bar at the bottom. We're corporate. We're here to support all these different amazing brands, deliver that magic to our human family across the globe. Well, there are problems with centralized services like ours. Let me ask you this. Now, I've talked to several of you, so I know. Some of you are part of shared services team. But by show of hands, how many of you are part of a shared service team in your company? Yeah, okay. So I do have family here. How about that? Right now, here's the other question. How many of you use shared services in your organization? Hey, how's that going for you? You have suggestions? Oh, I actually got one of these. Somebody voting in the room, right? So, well, here's some of the problem. A lot of times shared services show up like this, right? We're here to help. You got your Star Destroyer, right? And they're here to help. And unfortunately, it's more like this from the businesses. Yeah, help you do not, right? Of course, I like what Grogu says. The problem is I don't understand it. How many of you ever understand what he's saying? It doesn't matter. He's so darn cute, right? I could watch hours of this guy, right? But yeah, he has the same thing, right? It's not helping. Well, what does work? What model would work for us, right? And so for the last several years, decades, in fact, for me, I was looking for that model and began to evolve my team into providing shared services. And how did we do it? What was that model that began to work for us? Well, it looked a little like this, right? We wanted to begin to embed our engineering teams, our shared service, our SRE teams, into all the different areas across the company, embedded into the product teams, the business teams, part of those engineers that were help shaping, create, and delivering those products, experiences across the company. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably looking at this, and I got to admit, right, this looks a little bit like a Death Star, right? And that was not on purpose. That's just like the way the Venn diagram works. But you know what's funny? Like I gave this presentation, had part of this presentation I gave to Lucasfilm, and they told me the same thing. Said, hey, Jason, that's kind of funny. It looks like a Death Star, But that's not the only thing they said. They also said, but Jason, we want you to know something. You're not like other shared services. Your team actually understands our business. And I begin to hear that over and over again as I talk to the different technology leaders at Disney. They said that over and over again. You help. Your team's different. They would say things like this. Your team's valued. You do a great job for us. Thank you. We couldn't do it without you. Thanks, Jason. Your team's just fantastic. Your team, Jason, is unbelievable. And you know what? As a shared service, that shouldn't be true, right? We shouldn't be unbelievable. We should be doing things they actually need and matter. But thanks for stepping in. We appreciate your innovation and creativity for all that you've done to contribute to our team. You always have such a great attitude. Your team is innovative You get the job done right. Thanks for being an awesome partner. Well, that's one of the lessons that we begin to learn. And the lesson I'll convey to you is, at the end of the day, start with this. Listen. Listen to the business. It's so important. I asked some of our CTOs, I said, why are we different? What do you see about other shared services that's not working? One of them told me, said, Jason, it's real simple. Nobody else listens to us. Listen, can you just do one thing? Would you go tell them? Don't come and tell. Come and listen before they tell. Understand our business. Understand how we ship the magic. What are we all about? What is our business about? Come and listen to us. Know what our North Star is. What's our objective? Where are we going? What is our mission? Nobody asked us. Would you tell them to come find that out? That's what I kept hearing. Know what we're all about. Know our mission. And you know what? You also know our team, Jason, because you're part of us. You're a partner. You're with us. You're embedded in our teams. Know our team. Know our culture. Know our ways of working. And you resonate. You begin to add to that. You're part of that. Well, this is what we began to find out as we listened. What were all these different teams looking for? And it really distills down into these. Helping them create content, products, and experiences. That's what we do, right? Better. That is higher quality. Help elevate quality. Faster. Not recklessly, but delivering value. Sooner, right, John? Sooner. Faster. Why? Because then we can experiment. We can try new things. We can learn. Pull that in by going faster. Safer. Protect our company treasures. Our guest data. Protect it. And happier. And this aspect's so true. Look, we're supposed to be shipping happiness. That's where I started, was like the dream that Walt had. But you know what? It requires happy cast members, happy employees to deliver happy products. Create an environment that elevates happiness. So, lesson number one, if you're taking notes, listen. Know the business, know the mission, know the team. All right. So, number two on the list. Okay, what is the second learning we had? This is like, it's not rocket science. Have empathy, right? Understand the frame of reference of the business that you're supporting if you're a shared service team. Understand their struggles, right? Their pain points, their problems. It's so important. Have that empathy. Put yourself into their shoes. It will help transfer us from this, the Star Destroyer, to come and tell you what to do, to this. You're part of the family, right? Isn't that incredible? You see what I did there, right? Okay, anyway. But you know what? It's not this. It's not this. It isn't creating ticket windows. If you need help, submit a ticket. How many of you work with a shared service, that's the first thing they do is redirect. Yeah? You seen that? Yeah. Where's your ticket, please? I'm sorry, please get back in line. Yeah. That's not helpful. Like, instead, go to them. Proximity-powered empathy engineering. We talk about that internally. Like, that's what it's all about. You get to know that frame of reference, that context, for you to be able to deliver value to them. You've got to know them, right? That is driving that proximity, that location, and going to them to see. And how does that look for us? We go on location. We support where we are. We help build the new things. We're there in the trenches where they are. We understand the pain points, the challenges, the things we're trying to do to deliver for the business to be successful, to reach our guests, to create that happiness, delight, content, and experiences across the planet. So have empathy. That's the lesson. Shared mission, shared struggles, shared wins. Well, lesson number 3. I can't believe I just got 5 minutes left. Okay, so we keep going. So Lesson number 3. Try this on for size. Actually help. Shared service. How many of you have one of those shared services that don't help, right? I love what Tachi Ono says here. Do something to help them. If you do, people will come to expect that you can help them, and they will look forward to seeing you again. You know, if we reverse that for just a second, if the business doesn't look forward to seeing you, in fact, they try to avoid you, you may not be helping. I'm just saying, right? So try to help, right? It's super important. Actually help. Well, for us, how do we do that? So let's talk about some of the ways that we help. I mentioned these before, better, right? How do we help? Their goal is to increase quality. How do we do that? As SRE, we help define what are those service levels? What do they need for the business? What do those look like? Sure, that's about the experience in terms of staying around for our guests. So MTTR is actually really important. Turns out transaction times could be important. Business have metrics like dollars per minute. Those are important metrics, right? We should have service levels we help define with the business. Measure to those. When they breach, we actually go in and help restore, right? We build architectures that help drive reliability and drive those experiences. But you know, here's another thing. One of my engineers, in fact, is one of the managers of an engineering team on my group. She told me this. She said, you know, in art school, this professor who was leading a pottery class told half the classes, this half the class, look at how this room's even divided up. This half of the class over here, your goal for the class, for your grade for the end of the semester is this. You are chartered with building the best, highest quality piece of pottery you possibly can make. Just one. It's all you have to do. And you'll be graded on that. Now, this half of the class, right, your job over here is to deliver the most numbers of pots. Your job is quantity. Deliver the highest quantity of pots. In fact, at the end of the semester, we're going to grade you on the amount of kilograms of pottery you're able to produce. It's just how it's going to be. So everybody began working, and at the end of the semester, a very curious discovery occurred. Guess which group actually had the highest quality? It was not the group focused on quality. It was the group focused on quantity. Because here's what happened. This group over here spent all their time theorizing what good looked like. Polishing to perfect. And ultimately they ended up with a metric ton of theory and a dead lump of clay. Right? While this group over here got to work building and learning from their mistakes and improving and creating and perfecting their processes, delivering more till they had a higher quality product. And when you think about better, you think about how we drive better, right? If you're an artist and you're drawing, keep drawing. If you're writing, keep writing. And that was the whole point of the instructor was trying to deliver to the group. Well, it applies to us today, too, in the software space, right? Keep shipping, keep building, right? Your release frequency. And this is what we begin to see. We see this all across the company. We've already talked about it here at this conference. You increase that value, the value of the release of the software, that frequency as it begins to go up, the performance levels that I was talking about begins to also increase. We see this over and over again, don't we? So part of our goal is to help drive that so we can increase our release frequency to drive quality. The other part of going faster is helping remove friction, things that inhibit being able to deliver that value. The red tape, bureaucracy. Anybody see bureaucracy in your business? Yeah, there's red tape everywhere, right? How do you cut through that? So we spend time figuring out ways to do that. And we join the Rebel Alliance, right, Maya? That's how we do it. We join the Rebel Alliance. We become, in a different term, chaotic good. You know what I'm saying? to help deliver faster, safer, right? How do we do security by design? Shift left, put automated governance in place. Hey, I hear there's a great book on this, by the way. If you don't have a copy, it's called Investments Unlimited, right, Topo? Yeah. If you don't know anything about it, go talk to John Willis or Topo. See him right here. All right. And then happier, right? We ship happiness. How about bringing happiness to those who are creating these faster release cycles, right? These developers that are building. We want to build a community. They connect together. And we do just exactly that, creating self-service, low-friction ways for them to be able to deliver. Handing back time to our engineers, handing back time and empowering our artists to create these new experiences, these new characters, these new worlds that delight our guests, and ultimately amplifying our creativity across the company. And it results in things like this. Isn't that right, Grogu? Yes, it is. See, he's excited about that. There you go. Yeah. As an example, we have this where we were working on the Millennial Falcon. We helped the Imagineers build CI/CD so it delivers all the way out to the edge. You could sit in the ride vehicle, see a problem, open up your laptop, check out the code, fix what you wanted to change right there in the ride vehicle, check it back in, and on next cycle, you would see your code in place. What does that do? That allows you to see problems, experiment, and perfect. Drive quality, right? We've done that over and over again. Did that again with Web Slingers. We've done that with our Galactic Star Cruiser. And what we heard over and over again from our parks was, that was the smoothest, easiest launch of any attraction we've ever seen. They told us that. Why? Well, it wasn't like we were new technology. No, we had allowed them to see problems and then address them in a faster way. So actually help build trust, build community, build magic together. There you go. There's your findings. I'm like 2 minutes over, so you can take a screenshot if you didn't get it. That's what these are. But here's the help I'm looking for. What am I missing? And it's probably ChatGPT, but I don't know. Come and tell me about it. Second, service level models that I need to look at, or SRE models that would be good for us to consider. So there you go. Creating magic. There's really no secret. No secrets here about our approach. We keep moving forward. Opening up new doors, doing new things because we're curious. And curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. All right, with that, thank you all. Good.